Francis, you are helping me tomorrow morning. What's going to happen?
Yes, I came here to tell you about tomorrow, the time we want to be ready, and then right from here to our balloon takeoff, and I'll tell you a couple of things about the balloon.
Yeah, so but you're not the pilot.
I'm not the pilot, but we'll meet the pilots where our balloon.
Hopefully.
Not hopefully.
Yeah, I'm not. Yes. I don't think I'm able to do it myself.
Welcome back to part 3 of the mini-series about Kenya and Masai Mara. If you haven't heard the first 2, you should go back and listen to them first. In this one, we're going hot air ballooning high above the savanna as the sun is rising. My name is Palabo, and this is the Radio Vagabond, episode 229. Welcome back to Kenya.
If travel is your passion, and you want escapism while still upholding your work and family responsibilities, you can travel vicariously from the comfort of your own home. This is the Radio Vagabond.
I decided to splurge and go on an early morning hot air balloon safari. Very early the next morning. So after our game drive, I spoke to Francis, who would arrange pickup for me just 4 hours and 20 minutes after we entered 2022.
Here in Masai Mara, this is the best place to fly with a balloon. The reason why, because we fly inside the game reserve and land inside the game reserve. And also we have a plenty of room for takeoff and landing, because it's savanna.
So we're not going to land on some lions?
No. The pilot's job to make sure where the balloon will land, nothing around.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when the pilot hits the fire, it's a bit noisy because of the flame. Yeah. So the animal will move away, and then the balloon will land.
Okay.
And then I'll be convoy the balloon from takeoff to landing.
Yeah.
And then from there, I will take you to where we have our breakfast in the bush.
Oh, really?
That
is
after
cool.
breakfast, after balloon land.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you in part by this website called hotels25.com. If you're a regular listener, you have heard me mention this before. And I can't say this enough. This is a cool website. It helps you find the cheapest hotel rooms around the world. Hotels25.com. You should try it out. It actually works.
The Radio Vagabond. Gotta keep moving.
The balloon launches at 6 in the morning and takes 1 hour. On landing, we will be welcomed with a champagne bush breakfast.
A couple of things you need to know about the balloon tomorrow morning. Yeah. I need you guys to keep warm. Mm-hmm. It might be chilly when we get to our balloon takeoff, because you'll be outside our vehicle. Yeah. Keep warm. Yeah. And a small backpack.
Also, it's kind of early in the morning.
Early in the morning, I'll tell you about 4:20 departure.
4:20? You do know that it's New Year's Eve tonight?
Yes, I know. 4:20 departure.
Cool. I'll set the alarm clock.
Yes. And then you keep warm, come with a rucksack or backpack. You can put your camera inside and a binocular. Yeah. Balloon take 1 hour in the air, balloon ride. 1 hour. Yeah. After balloon land, like I told you, we have a breakfast. We have a lot of champagne, coffee, tea, cereals, eggs, oranges. Oh. Everything is there.
Epic.
Yes. And then also we have loo with the view. That's a toilet.
Loo with a view.
Yes. Where we're having a breakfast.
This is something that's not included in the trip. It's available as an extra option at $450 US, 408 euros per person. So it's not exactly cheap. This is what I thought. In 10 years, I'll be able to remember the experience, but not the price tag. It's going to be epic. The only thing is that Francis will pick me up at 4:20 in the morning after New Year's Eve.
And then a ride from here to where balloon takeoff is an hour and some minutes. You have seen our road here. Yeah. It's a little bit bumpy. It's a massage. Our Kenyan massage. Great. Right. You ever been balloon before?
I have.
Yeah,
in Angkor Wat, in Cambodia.
Cambodia.
Over the temples.
Wow.
And also one time back when I'm from Denmark, back in Denmark as well. So, but it's been a while and it's always so great.
Yeah.
Are you always on the ground? Do you ever get up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
If, when we have a space, because sometimes we get less clients and then there is a space in balloon, the crew member will hop in for weight and balance.
Yeah.
Because we have two different sizes.
So you
of balloon.
have to do it. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
Been flying with the balloon like more than 50 times. Yes, I enjoy flying with the balloon.
Do you ever get tired of it?
No.
I know that we're not in the migration with a lot of animals, but we will still see some.
Yes, some.
Yeah.
We will see. Yeah. And then that's why we don't guarantee our clients that you're gonna see any animal.
No.
This is not a guarantee.
No.
But animals are there.
Yeah.
Anything you'll see is like a bonus to you.
Yeah.
We just want you guys to enjoy the flight.
And then we'll see the sunrise
Beautiful.
over the most beautiful
it's not
landscape.
Cloudy. Hopefully we'll cross our fingers.
Yeah.
We'll see the sunrise.
Yeah. Thank you. 4:20. Oh my God, that's early.
Departure. It's once in a lifetime.
I have, yeah. So I guess I'll have to go to bed this year and then.
Yeah, you wake up next year. Yes. So I'll see you next year.
Yeah.
So while we wait until it becomes January 1st, 2022, and I'm starting the year high above Masai Mara in Kenya, let's go back to Shane, who you met in the first 2 episodes from here, who has a few words to say about the most dangerous animals on a safari. That's in a minute, but before that, let's learn to say a few words that will impress the locals when you get here. As you heard in the first episode of this miniseries, they have English as one of the 2 official languages, and since you probably understand what I'm saying now, let's have a quick lesson in the other one. And for that, I got a bit of help from a Kenyan girl named June.
And now, the Radio Vagabond Language School.
Today, Swahili. Hello.
Jambo.
Hello.
Jambo.
Thank you.
Asante sana.
Thank you.
Asante sana.
You're welcome.
Karibu.
You're welcome.
Karibu.
Okay.
Sawa.
Okay.
Sawa sawa.
Friend.
Rafiki.
Hi, friend.
Jambo. Rafiki.
Don't worry.
Hakuna matata.
Don't worry.
Hakuna matata.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Shoot. Kwaheri. Kwaheri. Oh my God. I haven't spoken Swahili for years.
And that was
The Radio Vagabond Language School.
Today, Swahili.
God! When I speak to my mom, I speak in English. So when someone comes in habari yako ukoaje? I'm like, I'm embarrassed in my country. I am a failure.
No, that was good.
Thank you, mister.
The name's Bond.
Radio Vagabond.
One of the things you've got to remember, what are the most dangerous animals when you come to Kenya? People say lions. No, it's not lions. It's elephants and hippos are the 2 most dangerous animals. A lone male elephant is always treated as if it's dangerous. Where lions, look at us, compare us to a nice plump zebra. What are they going to go for? They're not going to go for us. They're going to go for a nice plump zebra. It makes sense. But
I got a lot of meat on me.
Yeah, you got more meat, but I guarantee a zebra's got more than you. But here, I would say an elephant, a lone male elephant, because people may not be aware, but elephant families, herds are matriarchal. There's no adult males. So there's the matriarch, it's all female adults, and the baby elephants until they get to an age, and then the males are kicked out. And when the males are kicked out, they kind of don't handle it very well, and there's a bit of anger there, and so therefore they are potentially very dangerous. This is why, if you're coming into Kenya, I would always recommend have an experienced driver with you. Because I put it this way, let's say you see a lone male elephant. Do you know instantly that is going to charge you? Do you know instantly? And if the answer is no, by the time you realise it's too late. This is why you have an experienced driver, an experienced guide, because they know the signs of danger. So I would, people say, I save money, do self-drive. No, don't do it. Go with an experienced driver and company, and don't put your safety at risk. Go with someone experienced.
I was picked up at 4:20, as Francis promised, on the first day of the year. So for the first time since I was maybe 3 years old, I went to bed before midnight on New Year's Eve. We drove for about an hour on bumpy roads, what he called a Kenyan massage, and now I'm on the savannah in the middle of Masai Mara, signing a few papers as the team are getting 3 hot air balloons ready.
It's 6 o'clock now. I was picked up at 4:20, and we've been driving on bumpy roads in a not so comfortable Jeep. And now we're here in the middle of Masai Mara with the animals waking up. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. On the ground, there's a hot air balloon flat on the ground, and they're going to start blowing hot air into it. We're signing some papers now and getting ready for the flight. It's 6 o'clock and it's still dark. You can see that the day is slowly starting. The sun should rise at around 6:30. So by then we should hopefully be in the air.
The experience begins when you arrive at the launch site in the heart of the Masai Mara National Game Reserve. It's still dark, and you can hear animals grazing by now, and a lot of birds, with the occasional lion roaring in the distance at his early morning kill. But the immediate sense of activity as the balloon safari crew team are bustling around the balloon basket and the envelope, the balloon itself that's laid out flat on the ground, ready for inflation. As we check in at their security desk, we can hear the fan starting, and in the pre-dawn light, I start to see a billowing of the envelope as it inflates, and flames from the hot air balloon burner test lights up the darkness. With the first glow of sunlight flickering across the skies, the hot air balloon fills and gently rises. Our Russian pilot, Sergei Naso, gives us a pre-flight safety briefing. He takes us through all the safety aspects and landing procedures. The basket is big and fits 12 people in 3 different compartments, plus the pilot in the middle. As the basket is still lying flat on the ground, we're asked to climb in and lay down on what looks like shelves that will later become walls to our hips as we're airborne. Next to me are 2 Norwegians, Regine and Christian. And especially Regine is a big traveler too, with more countries under her belt than me. Once we're back safe on the ground, I'll have a chat with them. That's coming up later. The pilot then inflates the balloon, and when it's upright, he tells us to stand up, and the adventure really begins. We slowly take off and gently glides with the wind over the plains of the Masai Mara. The silence, beauty, and magnitude are breathtaking. Flying high up in the skies above the Mara is the ultimate safari experience. Against the backdrop of a stunning sunrise, there's really nothing quite like it. The view from the hot air balloon flight in Masai Mara is unparalleled, and the experience is unforgettable. Sure, the idea of waking up at the crack of dawn the morning after New Year's Eve might sound less than pleasant, but the reward of embarking on this high-flying adventure greatly overweighs the inconvenience of setting the alarm clock for 3:45. At some point, one of the other passengers asks Sergei how high we can hypothetically go. And he just said, "Well, let's find out." And then we went up and up and up, got into the clouds, and kept going up. Then above the clouds and into the sunlight. He told us that we were 1,500 meters, almost 5,000 feet above ground. At this point, Regina felt it was too much, and she sat down in the basket so she couldn't see. I must admit, I also felt that we were too high above ground, as if it would mean any difference falling 200 meters or 1,500. Then Sergei slowly took us down again, and in the last part of the flight, we saw a group of lions having breakfast. Well, Regina and Christian did, but I couldn't spot them. So after landing, we drove over there and saw them up close. On the way back, we saw another male lion just walking around, allowing us to take pictures. He also just had his breakfast, and there was a big chunk of meat just waiting for the hyenas to come and get.
You are listening to the Radio Vagabond. We'll be right back.
And now, email from a listener.
Hi, this is PJ. I'm here in Lower Manhattan, New York City, and I'm so excited to leave a message for you, Polybo. We love listening to you. My children and I travel along with you, believe it or not, listening to your beautiful podcast, your adventures. We may not get to some or many or any of the countries that you're traveling in, but boy, we get to with you and through your beautiful radio show and your beautiful podcast. So keep doing what you're doing. I first heard you on the Open Nesters podcast, I don't know, a year ago. And then boom, I was hooked, started listening, and just have enjoyed every second of your broadcast. Keep it going. We're traveling with you here from Lower Manhattan.
I would love to hear from you, and now there's a new and very simple way for you to send me a voice message. It's a cool little web-based app called Telby, and all you need to do is click on the banner on the radiovagabond.com where it says "Talk to me," and then just talk. Tell me where you are and what you're doing while you're listening to this. It's super simple, and one of the cool things is that you can listen to it and redo it if you're not happy with it before you click send. Please try that. I get a small soundbite that I can play here on the show, and it's always wonderful to hear from you guys. You can, of course, also fill out the form under contact on the website.
This is the Radio Vagabond podcast. You are listening to the Radio Vagabond, the ultimate destination for armchair travelers who are looking for inspiration to get out into the real world and let loose their wanderlust.
Then it was our turn to have breakfast. And wow, when Francis told me about it, he wasn't overselling it. There was everything you could wish for. Champagne, fruit, fresh bread, coffee, and even a cook to make your omelet just the way you like it. With all my senses and my belly full, I went over to Sergei Nosov, a Russian pilot from Balloon Safaris Limited, for a chat.
So Sergei, a Russian flying hot air balloons in Masai Mara in Kenya, how did that happen?
So, I knew about this place for many years, and so my dream was to come here once, and I have a job here as a commercial hotel balloon pilot, and for years it happened.
Yeah.
Yes, I came here just find a job in our company when where I'm flying right now. So
It's
4 years ago.
It must be one of the best places to fly a hot air balloon.
So I like to say that flying above Masai Mara in Kenya is the ballooning paradise. You know? So no power lines, no big rocks, very huge fields for landing. Sometimes we have windy conditions to taking off. But our staff and pilots have special skills for taking off in windy conditions.
Yeah, you called it a job before, but just before we started recording, you said, well, it's not really a job.
Yeah, it's not really a job, but it's the lifestyle. Yeah,
it's so great. And today we went above the clouds. Is that normal?
So it's here we can fly above the clouds, very, very rare.
Yeah.
So it can happen after the rain. So yesterday was a huge rain here. So and according for weather forecast, so today might be fog. It means that the clouds might be so low. So yeah.
We're January 1st, Sergey, but I guess the best time to do it is during migration season.
So migration season usually starting from July and passes to October.
Yeah.
So
and that's where you see a lot from the balloon.
Millions wild beasts and zebras coming from Serengeti, from Tanzania here. Just that's sharing here somewhere. Yeah, it's like a waves, you know.
Yeah.
One wave for migration, then a bit stopped for 3-4 days, then more and more. And from July till October, they're moving from one side to another, crossing Mara River, crossing Sun River, everything. It's amazing.
The price for this, including this amazing breakfast out here with champagne, is $450 at this time. It might change, and it is a lot of money. But then what I thought was, in 10 years' time, I'm not going to remember that I spent all the money, but I'm still going to remember this experience forever.
So, you know, it's not so very strange, but for us, for pilots, so, you know, we are flying, commercial pilots are flying all over the world, depends of which contract, of course. So, but the price for ballooning here in Kenya is the most expensive.
Yeah.
The most expensive, but like everything in Kenya.
Yeah. And if people would like to try this, how do they find you? The company is called?
So the company is called Balloon Safaris. So you can easily find it in a Google. So we have our website, Facebook page, everything. Just Balloon Safaris, it's the most famous company, not only in Kenya, but all over the world. 47 years.
Wow, yeah. And I will put a link in the episode notes and on the website so people can find you. Thank you so much, Sergey. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
I'm here with Regina and Christian, and we just did the balloon safari and had breakfast. What are your initial thoughts of the safari?
I'm actually stunned. It was actually better than I thought. And when we saw the lions from above, it was beautiful and crazy.
Yeah.
How many were there? 6 lions?
Yeah, I think it was 6. Yeah. 1 lion and 5 lionesses.
And they just had a kill? They were going to eat?
Yeah. And I didn't see them from the balloon. It was only you mentioned it. I was like, oh my God!
Yeah.
But then we got in the car and drove over there and saw them up close.
Yeah. How many meters? 2 meters? 3 meters? Very close.
And then a little bit further, there was they were lying down. They were being lazy, and but a bit further away, we saw one standing.
And he was walking towards
he was posing.
us. Yeah. How many? It must be like 150 kilos, maybe 200. It was a huge lion.
Yeah.
And he was just waiting for the lioness to give him some food. Isn't that how it works here?
No.
It was nuts. And that was a unique experience.
Yeah.
And I would never thought we would go that high.
No.
1,500 meters?
Yeah, we over the clouds. 1,500. It was crazy.
I was ready.
You had to sit down.
Yeah. I was ready to go down when we were that far up. I was like, okay, now it's enough. Let's go down. I'm not this tough, even though I seem to be.
Well, me and Christian, we kept standing and pretending that it was okay.
Yeah.
You're from Norway. And you've been here a while and doing some amazing stuff in Kenya?
Yes, yesterday we actually went on another safari and we saw leopards and hyenas hunting each other.
No.
Yes, so they were going for what the leopard had killed, and they were running past each other back and forth, and the leopard was like climbing up in the trees, and it was crazy to see them so up close. And they were actually, the leopard was about a meter from our car.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, should we close the roof now? And Christian, you looked right through in the eyes. That was unique. I guess in moments like that, you're really in the moment.
Yeah.
It's like nothing that matters than you and the animal, and you're fully there.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's not a lot of experiences you get to do like that.
No.
So that was unique. Yeah, for
But
sure.
what else have you seen in Kenya? And what are your plans?
Soon we're going to this special Giraffe Hotel. I'm obsessed.
What is the name of it? Because you told me about it before.
It's called Giraffe Manor. First off, I'm obsessed with giraffes. So I've been on the waiting list for this hotel for about a year. And then COVID hit, so then it was another year. So it's been 2 years now, Christian. We've been waiting to go here. So at Giraffe Manor, you get to live with the giraffes, and you can feed them from your balcony.
Is that? Yeah, it's. I think I've seen it when you're having tea. They come and just join you.
Yes,
basically.
they do. So I'm so excited to drink tea with the giraffes. I can't wait. So that's going to be a unique experience. Hopefully it lives up to expectations. But my expectations are really high right now. So we'll see if if that's possible. But I think it's going to be special. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the expectations are high, and there was giraffe manure.
Yes.
Or manor.
Manor, I think. Yeah. A bit.
Yeah.
But it's going to be fun.
No, you're from Norway, so obviously we could have done this in Danish and Norwegian, but for the listeners not speaking those languages, we're doing it in English. And I was kind of bragging that I've been to, this is my country number 99, and then you, Christian, you said she's a big.
Said it.
She's kind of a big traveler too, and I thought, okay, so it's 45, and then I asked you, how many countries have you been to? Do you know that?
Yeah, it's been 113, Kenya. Yeah, that's 113 countries, and Maldives is coming up in February, so it's going to be 114. So I don't know, traveling just makes you so much richer on experiences, and I guess it leaves you like a good storyteller, right? So I never regretted any travels I've been, and it makes you hungry for more, doesn't it? Right?
And I bet you have so many great stories, so we're not going to do them now. Yeah. We're going to, because it's hot here in the sun and we got to keep going. But I want to take your number, and then let's set up a Regina special.
Yeah, of course. That would be lovely.
Great.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
A quick disclaimer. This trip to Masai Mara was made possible by Monica Masungu from Scenery Adventures, but everything I've said in this episode is completely my own opinion.
Thank you, Monica, and thank you for making the Masai Mara thing happen. That was unbelievable.
Thank you so much, and you're welcome to Adventure with Scenery Adventures. So we're here to serve you. We're here to give you a home. a home in Nairobi, a home in Mara. We are homely, and we welcome all the tourists who want to visit. We are flexible, and you're there to adventure with a smile with them.
Yeah, and that is the slogan of Scenery Adventures, adventuring with a smile. And you've been smiling the whole time, and I can't wait to see your smile again somewhere in the world, maybe in the next ITB or WTM or anywhere.
Sure. Yeah, I can't miss, because I know that's where the deal is, so I have to meet you again.
You can find all the different packages and prices on the website sceneryadventures.com. If you want to have a scenic adventure with Monica and her team, you can book and pay online, and they will take care of you from the airport and back. They can even help you fix the visa to Kenya. This episode is brought to you in part by Hotels25.com. It's a website that helps you find the best prices on hotels and guest houses and hostels around the world. Hotels25.com. That's all we have time for in this episode, but there's more from Masai Mara. In the next one, I'm visiting a Masai village and get a glimpse of what it's like living in a semi-nomadic tribe.
Coming up on the Radio Vagabond.
We stay 9 years in one place. After 9 years, we move to another place because of termite. So the termite eats the wood of the houses. Then the houses can fall down.
Yeah, of course.
And Masai, we are polygamous. We marry more than one wife.
Okay.
So the more cow you have, you can have a lot of women.
How many wives do you have?
I have one. One is
okay.
for me.
Okay.
My father, he has 8 wives.
8 wives. He must be busy. And then he has 8 mother-in-laws as well.
The next episode will be in your podcast app in a few days. My name is Palabo, and I gotta keep moving. See ya.
Radio Vagabond. Produced by radioguru.co.uk.
Kwaheri. It's quite